Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back, of course, to week 3 for teaching in the online environment. What I wanted to show you was to go ahead. I wanted to go through the Start Here button down to the Content Tools button, which is what we have listed on the sitemap. And of course, I didn't repeat the sitemap button or the My Grades button on the sitemap itself because we hadn't developed those yet. But My Grades is self-explanatory. You don't really need a sitemap for that. So we have these first areas covered on our sitemap. So we'll start here to show you this is where we went, and this is really what Troy asked for the starting of any of our course pages is a Start Here button. So we have a link directly to the week 1 folder, also to the sitemap, which I'll open up for a moment. Now there you go. There's the sitemap. It opens up. It's also embedded. So in Windows it may open up. In Linux the embedding will open up in a separate file tab, as it did here. Okay, and as you see from Start Here all the way down to Course Tools, which are our main site buttons that we have listed for the sitemap. Okay, the second thing we have listed, of course, is announcements. That goes back to the main page, but where the announcements begin. For those who are buried in the site somewhere but want to go back to the announcements, or click on and do an extra tab over for the announcements. Meet your instructors, of course. Here we are in all our glory for all that is worth, and I think it's a wonderful page, and we all added to it. So, and of course, meet your classmates. We place that there so students can talk to each other and can say hello in what I normally would call the virtual coffee shop. So here's a place where students can go in, say hello, talk to each other, discuss concerns, and maybe back and forth about assignments, which is what students would normally do. So you go in, click on that. Now I've placed a bio, a short bio in here, under here. Instructors can do that in order to show that they can come in and enter to the same place that their students enter and feel comfortable and be able to say hello. Perhaps not all the time. It depends really on your comfort level, but here we are with Meet the Classmates. And of course, again, this is a link going into the discussion board. So we have the syllabus and the syllabus video that Dr. Hoblet goes over. So great, here we are with the syllabus. Weekly modules are all the support files that go along with the weekly assignment, as well as the course calendar, going from March 18th to May 19th. Alright, so again, the course calendar is here, along with the week 1 assignments, week 2, all the way through to the 9th week. Alright, so we go. And just where was I? Oh, of course, weekly modules, assignments. Now you want to go straight into the weekly assignments, and again, look at how we've laid out our keys, and remember the reading, planning, and teaching for the online environment that you will see located both in the course materials area and in the week 3 area, just where the assessment quiz is, just in case you didn't get a chance to read it. And I'll probably also place it in another spot, making sure you get a link to the file to add to your regular text reading so that you'll be able to work on the weekly quiz. But we're in assignments, so let's go to 3, because I'm sure you've seen the area, of course, already by now. Assignment 3, and this just gives you a layout of what assignment 3 is going to be like, and what you need to do and what you need to read, and that there is a week 3 quiz. Okay, building your portfolio project, or of course building your site, building your class site. Okay, and of course portfolio project includes setting up announcements, postings, these kind of ideas. Okay, all right, let's go back. Alright, and normally you can set these to actually tab over on their own, or to tab over instead of changing the entire face page. Some students don't like it if it changes the entire face page. But also, if you're in the gradebook section, Blackboard doesn't tab in the gradebook area. That's the only place where the window has to actually change completely up front, or it won't operate correctly. So that's the only area, is the gradebook. Alright, so we are in, believe we went with weekly assignments and discussion board. So we're going to go to the full discussion board. Okay, the full discussion board, and there we go. Okay, so questions for Dr. Hammer, Dr. Samian, Mr. Sewell, and then say hello. Weekly discussion 1, weekly discussion 2, weekly discussion 3, and they're all there, set and ready to go. Okay, and who knows, when you look again, there might be another weekly discussion board. So, all right. and we move down a bit to course materials. And I think I discussed this a little jumped ahead of myself and said that course materials are auxiliary files, as I listed also in the sitemap, the auxiliary files and backup files and other files that were found by the instructors and perhaps someone else. Maybe a student came across something and we wanted to place a link to it, a helpful link, something that a student can use. Okay, and helpful information that'll help you get through the online course and the online environment. Okay. So we go from course materials down to assessments, which of course all are our quizzes, all right, for each week. And since we're in week 3 for assessments, this will take us directly to our quiz. Now I placed in here the support file that directly helps you pass the quiz. So we have the support file. Okay, you go into the quiz when you're ready, and you'll be able to go in and take it and be able to do your best on it. Okay, and it's probably ultimately going to be a timed quiz, though I'm not entirely sure, but it probably will ultimately be timed. Okay, so there we go, and we have course tools. Okay, and this is the last general link that I wanted you to see, aligning up all announcements, portfolio page, blogs, calendar, Blackboard help for students, Cengage learning, content, all sorts of items are used. Somo course link, smart login, glossary, groups, journals, McGraw-Hill education, all of these kind of items. Blackboard IM, NBC Learn playlist, whatever an instructor might like to learn. This is kind of a playground or a candy shop for instructors who want to use this information. Now, for those of us who can set up our grade books, and I can set mine up as well. We can all set up grade books, but make sure you place a link to the My Grades area. Of course, for instructors, it never takes us there. We have to go to the grade book by rolling down, of course, to the Grade Center, and then to Full Grade Center. So that's where we go across to the Grade Center, and you can easily set up your grade book by creating columns, create calculated columns, manage, and it takes a while, but you can actually set up your grade book. And normally, of course, naturally, when your course is created, the names are already populated along with various information about the students. And then as you create your assignments, the assignments will also populate into the grade book. As you can see, across we placed practice quiz, week teaching, week 3 quiz, because I made the quiz available. So that will actually populate the grade book as you go through, and your students' names will already be populated. So you can go in, reorder, reassign, but there's not so much work to do with the grade book as it seems. Okay, and of course this for all participating students, My Grade area, which will lead directly to what their grades are as each item is done. Okay, and normally I send out an email. Make it send out an email when an item is done grading, but that's for me. So we've covered the items on the control panel that deal with announcements, assignments, course documents, as in course materials. Students needing to have communication, so make sure that they use their Troy email to back and forth between the instructor and other students in the course. As far as at least to the instructor, what they do with other students in the course is up to them, but when we're dealing with back and forth between the instructor and the student, it is the Troy email. We also use drop boxes, for instance, digital drop boxes, which is what we use to upload our assignments. So, and I have a habit of using drop boxes. So, again, think about these kind of areas. Assessment we've covered virtual chat, which of course is the hello area of the discussion board, and of course the discussion board. So please remember to go through the Planning and Teaching Online Courses readout and run through it and make sure that you have all the areas that you need to design, so that when you sit down and build your site, you'll have everything that you need. I hope this helps for all my babbling, and I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it, and thank you for being a part of our course. Be well.